Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
All right, welcome to the Meme Daddies podcast. This is an emergency episode we're doing on the Will Smith, Chris Rock slap at the Oscars. I'm here without my co-host. In the words of Alec Baldwin, is everyone here? No? Well, fuck it, we're going anyway. Is Adam here yet? Adam's here? Thank God. Dude, Will Smith fucking slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, bro.
Unbelievable.
Did you sound the sirens?
This is the meme event of the century.
I'm not kidding. I know you're not kidding either. There's no fucking around. How long have you been doing this for?
6 years.
I've been at it for 6 or 7. Is this not the biggest thing that's ever happened in the history of memes for you personally?
It's the biggest single meme event ever.
No bullshit.
No bullshit.
What's the second biggest meme thing that's ever happened for you personally?
Man.
Because it was also an Oscar thing for me.
The world record egg was a big thing.
That was a big thing.
Every second place. I mean, what can you even say?
This
else
overshadows everything. So what we're doing here, we have a Patreon. We're not doing a Patreon episode this week. This would have been a Patreon episode. Basically what we're doing is we're taking this out from behind the paywall and we're making it a free episode because this is that important. We could not put this behind the paywall. This is too big and too monumental of an event. So what we're going to do is this is the Meme Daddies podcast. I'm Take Sinatra. This is
Adam the Creator. Welcome.
We are the Meme Daddies. We make memes for a living and we're daddies because we're sexy as fuck, obviously.
Sure.
But mainly because we're old and we have kids.
Well, we're old as fuck and we're sexy. Or you could say we're sexy as fuck and we're old. Either way works.
We're old as sexy, and we have kids, and we basically just look at the world through memes. We look at what happened during the week, and we memify everything. We look at the world through the lens of memes, and we have finally, on this episode, really boiled down the format of the show, where we kind of were floundering a little bit. Let's call it what it is.
I like flounder.
We were fluking around a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we were fucking flopping on a deck, gasping for breath, gills out, dicks out for Harambe.
Right.
You know? And we were looking at things through humor, but we were kind of getting our sea legs, not to use too many fishing references.
Yeah, what's happening?
I don't know, dude. I guess I want to go fishing. But because when we were putting, stuff together for this episode, I was like, we're just going to look at all the best memes.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the thing and the event and, the whole thing and whatever. But we had to talk about the memes because the memes were it's such a bittersweet thing because it's the biggest meme event of my entire life, but it's a very sad occurrence as well for everyone involved.
All I know is first of all, it's good to see you.
It made my stomach hurt.
Yeah. I was excited about this episode ever since it happened.
Good to see you also.
Good to see you. Thank you for lighting my cigar for me.
No problem. Couldn't waste any time.
Yeah, it was, you had to get it going.
Fuck you.
But
that's who I am.
Meme is in the title of the podcast, so it's nice that we're getting around to memes.
Listen, we were tangentially talking about memes. We were using humor, but we were finding our way. And now we found our way. So now it's just going to be the world through memes, the events of the world through memes. Because you've gotten shit, I've gotten shit for meming things that maybe shouldn't be memed. Like when Russia invaded Ukraine, one of the first things I did was make a meme about it because that's what I've always done.
Right. Kanye, making fun of Kanye. How could you make fun of mental illness?
How could you not?
Right.
I don't want to go to a mental institution. I have to make fun of it because my anxiety's through the roof.
Right.
I don't want to wind up in a straitjacket.
Gotta comment on it, man. Gotta comment on it. Gotta have some fun with it.
We satirize everything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We make commentary. We make jokes. One of my favorite things to do in life, it's going to sound so morbid, one of my greatest skill sets is making people laugh at wakes. It's one of my favorite things to do is I go in there, I fucking turn it up, and I bring joy to one of the saddest events that you'll ever be at.
Yeah.
And I don't do it inappropriately. I'm not like, making fun of the guy in the casket. Like, look at this fat fuck. Look at how bloated he is. Like, I don't make fun of the dead guy.
Unless that would be funny to that dead guy.
But I tell funny anecdotes about the person who's passed away to celebrate the life of the person so that it's not so sad. You know why? Because it's already sad.
Yeah.
That's built in. We already know the world is fucked up and crazy.
Right.
Why belabor that point? Let's make fun out of it, not make fun of it. We're not pointing fingers and saying, ha, ha, like the fucking kid from The Simpsons. We're making fun out of it.
Nelson. Let's get right into it. Should we see what everybody's seen the clip.
Yeah. So, Jared, there's a clip that I sent to you from, it's an uncensored version. So basically, what had happened was... I mean, at this point, everyone knows what happened. But for anybody who's been living under a rock and doesn't know what happened, there's a lot that happened at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I have some things that maybe we haven't even talked about yet. But basically, play the clip.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
So what you saw there was Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, who is suffering from alopecia. Very publicly, people have said, well, maybe Chris Rock didn't know that she suffers from alopecia.
And I didn't, by the way.
How?
I have very little.
Check your privilege.
I have little to zero knowledge about Jada Pinkett Smith. I know
she had hair.
I know she has a short cropped haircut. I didn't know it was due to a medical condition. I know that she had an entanglement with a young man.
She fucking had sex with a man named August Alsina, who's friends with her son, which is super weird.
Right. She's like the Stifler's mom. And that's all I know. That limits my... And I'll be honest, I'm going to assume Chris Rock probably knew the same and cares the same about Jada Pinkett. I'm imagining he saw her in the crowd as he's scanning, just looking for anything to say.
I know you love when I do that.
No, I know what Chris Rock was thinking. He told me.
Incorrect. False.
False.
I'm like
no.
Dwight Schrute. Yep, false.
Yeah.
Nope. No,
yeah.
Those jokes were all written. And Chris Rock had to have known about the alopecia.
Even saying it, I don't know. Even if it was written, it's not the best joke I've ever heard. It wasn't even a joke. It's a comment like...
It's a movie from fucking 20 years ago.
Right, it's the oldest reference. It's a dad joke with a dated reference.
G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
I'd be afraid to meme something
Can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2.
Because it's the only joke you can make about a woman with short hair.
I mean, it's a bad joke. That's the thing. It's a bad joke, and it's mean, and it's out of place, and it's unnecessary. Aside from the fact that...
I don't see it as mean. I just got to say, I don't see it as mean because everybody knows G.I. Jane was an attractive female. He didn't say, look, it's fucking, Curly from the Three Stooges, like that, where you're making fun of the person. Like you know what I mean? G.I. Jane is hot.
Can't wait to see you in Addams Family 3.
Exactly. It's not Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester is mean. Oh, look, it's Uncle Fester. Put a light bulb in her mouth. That's mean. That might be like, you know what? It's funnier. It's funnier because that's a joke. G.I. Jane is like, oh, haha, yeah, fucking G.I. Jane. It's like seeing somebody with a mullet. Oh, Joe Dirt too. Okay. It's not, I just wanted, I'm not trying to be contrarian at all. I just didn't see it as like, oh shit, he said that.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. I'm not trying to be one of those check your privilege people. But as someone, listen, I also have gotten, listen.
Oh, you're going to take the bald shit? You're going to pull the bald card? I thought you meant privilege as a white man.
No, it's first of all, I'm bald, right? Obviously. This is a known fact. I've been a beluga for a long time. I started shaving my head before I even went bald, right?
Right.
I'm a man, okay? I can't even imagine what it must be like. Listen, we're going to get to how fucking toxic Jada Pinkett Smith is, by the way. We're going to get there.
She's not a victim.
No, we're going to get to how fucked up she is. But let's fucking toe the line. Let's do this first.
Yeah.
She's a woman. Women have a different attachment to their hair. She's also a black woman who have a totally different thing with their hair. Their fucking hair is politicized and fucking made fun of all the time, dude. All the time.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. She's beautiful. It's one thing if you're not beautiful. She's fit and beautiful. She looks great. Her head looks great. If she was 400 pounds and she had long blonde hair was the only saving grace, and she was a little fucked up, and then she loses it. It's oh no, another thing. But you see her, she's friggin' more beautiful with the fucking hair. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for a beautiful Hollywood actor, I guess. Actress is a played out expression. A beautiful Hollywood
misogynist.
That's a female. That happens to be a female.
Who is currently experiencing femininity.
Right. A human being experiencing femininity. With a gorgeous head and a beautiful face. Who's a freaking multi-zillionaire.
So if her head was fucked up looking,
yes.
You'd
yes. If she was somehow ugly in the eyes of most people or it impacted her, yes, I'm sorry, I would see it differently.
But how do you get to draw the line?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's my privilege.
Check your privilege, bro. Wow, you are really coming from a place.
I don't feel bad. You really feel bad? You look at her oh, poor thing. I look at her, she looks great.
Well, hold on a second, because listen, bro. You can't count somebody's
follicles,
traits, and say, well, at least you got this going on, because she doesn't see herself as beautiful. I guarantee you that.
I'm just saying I've always known her as having short hair. I don't remember her at any time with long flowing hair. I just remember her with
she's a black woman, dude. She's a black
woman.
woman. Yeah,
I know, but I just know her as somebody who's pulled off short hair for the past 30 years I've been aware of her existence. I just know her as having short hair. So it's not oh, look, wow, poor thing. I didn't imagine seeing her with no hair. If you saw Madonna or somebody that you see, and now she's bald. It's oh shit, because I think of Madonna with the blonde coif or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Ariana Grande, she has a ponytail.
I
always thought of her with short hair.
I don't think of her as with any hair, because I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't think of her as with any. Not as with no hair. I don't think of her as with any haircut attached to her head at all. You know what I mean?
Right, but if you really thought about it, a gun to your head, any photo with her and Tupac, even back in the day, what did her hair look like?
Why you got to bring up Tupac, bro?
I know, it's double. Why? Because he's bald too.
Shit.
But go ahead.
So anyway, Chris Rock makes this joke about alopecia. Will Smith
didn't make a joke about alopecia. He made a joke about the fact, this woman has short hair.
He called her Caillou, and then Will Smith laughs.
Oh shit! Charlie Brown is in the building.
Wah 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 wah.
Where's Snoopy? Oh, there he goes. That would be oh shit.
That shit was light. And then he said he gonna get this work.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
He gonna get this work. And then Will Smith laughed, and Caillou.
Which is great. Which, by the way, that's the craziest moment of the whole thing.
No, it's not.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's not, because all the people in the comedy world were like, well, why did he laugh? Why did he laugh? Have you never laughed out of nervousness or giggled out of fucking discomfort?
Yeah, you laugh along.
He didn't guffaw, bro. He wasn't like, oh.
I promise, if he would have said, yo, hey, oh shit, Adam's Family 2 is cast. I don't know Uncle Fester was in the building. I don't think he would have even nervous laughed. I think he would have been like, yo, what the fuck? It was that mild that even his lizard brain that wasn't really listening and was just reacting.
Yeah.
There was no alarm. It was just haha.
So Will Smith laughs or giggles nervously or laughs out of discomfort or whatever.
Right.
Jada Pinkett or whatever the fuck her name is, dude. What are we calling her for this podcast? JPS?
Jada Harvey Oswald Pinkett fucking Thurston the Third. I don't know.
Jada. Let's just call her Jada Kiss.
Jada. All right.
So Jada rolls her eyes and goes like this. Then it cuts back to Chris, and I'm sure there had to have been a moment off camera between Will and Jada where, and this, I have this video. So Chris DiStefano has this bit where he does he tells a story of getting thrown out of school on 9/11, expelled from an all-boys Catholic school for hitting one of his fellow students in the head with a chair because he was sad that his mom was maybe in the towers. Like, she worked close by or in the towers.
This is a joke?
This is a joke that he tells. It's a 15-minute
Oh, like a real
anecdote. Yeah.
Yeah. He's
But-
great.
But he gets expelled from expelled from school, and his father, who was a legit criminal, comes down there and tries to bargain with the principal on Thursday. His parents are separated at this point. So his father comes down there and tries to bargain with the principal. Says, Chris, lock the door. Right? He tries to give him a wad of cash. His father's actually a legit criminal who spent time in prison, is like a legit, like, fucking for real criminal.
Right.
So he says, Chrissy, lock the door. So this is
Chrissy.
This is what he says.
He goes, here's the first option. You put my son back in school. Easy fucking breeze. He goes, the second option, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna break both the kneecaps. He goes, I'll call the police right now. I'll give them my social security number, my name, my address. He goes, I'd rather go to jail for the rest of my life than you throw him out and me have to listen to his mother's fucking mouth for the rest of my life. He goes, either way I'm in prison, I'd rather be in actual jail with my friends.
My friends.
Yeah.
Genius.
So I'm sure there was a moment between Will and Jada where Will was like, if I do nothing, we're going to be fighting for the next 2 weeks
It's literally the same. Yeah. I'd rather be in jail
with my friends.
with my friends.
I'd rather be in jail where everyone's like, oh, shit, Will Smith is in here, bro.
Except some people would be like Spice Adams behind a tree, like,
Yeah.
Will Smith's in here.
Well, whatever. Yeah, that too. But so here's where we get to the toxicity of fucking Jada. So this woman has tortured this man, and maybe he's tortured her too. We don't know. She's just
who knows?
way more public about the fucking torture. This woman, they have an open marriage, they say. I saw a great tweet that said basically their marriage is open to everything but jokes.
Oh, some great tweets. Just to interject.
Yeah.
Sam Morrill, the legend.
Yeah.
Oh, great tweets.
Will Smith just won an award for being the best actor, but he couldn't act like a human being during a joke. Sam Morrill. That was the biggest hit Will Smith has been involved in since the 90s.
Yeah. Oh, he had a whole carousel.
Yeah, the comedians really came out with this one because mostly they're friendly with Chris Rock, and they're also defending comedy, right?
Yes.
So
It's sort of a freedom of speech issue
it's
in a sense.
So let's get to the real crux of the issue. The smack. If it was just a smack, I don't think anybody would be talking about it as much.
Just a smack as opposed to what? Just the force and the yelling? Or?
The yelling.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I think the yelling is what really set everybody off.
He did a Kanye. He walked up to the screen. He walked up. You know, you got to look at it like it's not okay to smack somebody anywhere.
If it was just a smack, there would the only conversation would have been, was that staged or
Was it
not
real?
staged?
Yeah.
The fact that he went, keep my wife's name,
Out your fucking mouth!
Wow, dude.
and then Chris Rock goes, really, dude? And he goes, yes. And then he goes, it was a G.I. Jane joke. And then he
Said it again.
repeated it again, but louder and more angry.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Because you know Jada was like, Will, I
Say
will
it again, Will.
fucking,
Say it again,
I
Will.
will suck 30 dicks if you don't fucking stand up for me. I'm sad that I don't have any hair. And if you don't do something, I will fuck 40,000
I will fuck everyone in this room.
of our son's friends.
I will fuck our son's ugliest friend.
Yeah, in front of you. I will
front of you,
videotape it and I will leave it in the VCR accidentally, son.
Right. And and I'm sorry we still have a VCR, Will.
Yeah.
That's just the way, because I like the
It's
lo-fi.
the only way we can watch Wild Wild West, son.
Wild Wild West. It would, but that slap heard round the world of the meme community was like an alarm bell. That was.
I couldn't sleep, bro.
You texted me. Did you? We're like, we were freaking out. Every memer was out of the woodwork, putting some, and there were some great ones.
I actually put black stuff under my eyes for no reason.
I'm yelling at my wife. Screenshot that. What'd you get? Screenshot that. Send me that screenshot. Because, the actual smack. I'm like, that's a macro in itself. I had to quickly label it.
Yeah.
Hold it with the, me and, the edibles I ate an hour ago. All this, just anytime you see a
lowbrow weed humor.
Hey, I loved it, though. That made me laugh. Some of the lowbrow stuff makes me laugh because it's the simple thing that has nothing to do contextually with the actual event.
Zero.
That's what makes me laugh about it because it's so just, average of an idea with this crazy event, right?
I'm just kidding.
So most people, no, but actually I think that's what made it work.
Yeah.
So I look at it like, okay, that's a macro. The other thing, the slap, I'm like, okay, that's the Batman slap. So I went to work through the comic book thing.
Yeah, what does "We Don't Talk About Jada" mean?
It was like
Is that a song?
It's like Bruno from Encanto. It was just a flurry, and because it's a tentpole event in society. It was a perfect, I hate to say comic relief, but a perfect relief to the Ukraine crisis and other things that are really happening. But as you know, I felt bad about it. As soon as it happened, I texted you, I said, I feel bad, but this is fucking gold. And you said, feel bad? What are you feeling bad about? Yes, obviously we had a conversation about it, but I think it was the perfect, what the fuck event to kind of refresh everybody's browser in their mind. Like, oh, this? Will Smith is a gangster?
My initial gut reaction to the slap right away was, oh, man, someone has been needing to get smacked for years. For years. And I hated that it was Chris Rock, but I love that it was Will Smith. And what I mean by someone's been needing to get smacked is that with the advent of social media and anonymous shit-talking and being able to say whatever you want from behind the safety of a keyboard, I've had people tell me, you're bald, you're fat, you're ugly, your wife is fucking stupid, your kids. I had a guy tell me, your kids look like they would make great sex slaves. I hope I see them at the park one day. I was like, bro, send me your address now. I'm going to come kill you. I spent 3 hours trying to figure out who this guy was. And
Jordan,
I
agree.
I'm nobody.
If he said something like that, if he said something like, oh, Jada, maybe you might be interested in some of my kids' friends
Well,
too.
no, hold on. Times that by 1 billion and you get Will Smith. What my point is that unfortunately Chris Rock got the brunt of everybody having an opinion on Will Smith's life publicly for the last 20 years, but more acutely the last 2 or 3 years with the whole Jada entanglement situation. And Chris Rock made a joke, not a great joke, meaning not a funny joke.
Yeah, not funny.
Not funny, and he hurt his wife's feelings, and it was like, enough, not tonight, boom, smack. And I love that it was Will Smith because he's always been the consummate professional, and he's always been the clean-cut, never curses in his raps, like fucking, Hollywood royalty kind of guy. And it was just like, man, but it also made me sad at the same time because it just, upon further reflection, it was like, man, this guy's relationship is toxic. But then the memes that came out of it, which we're going to get into and show some of the best. I mean, my fucking meme boner was
overshadowed your reason.
Oh my! It just, I mean, it put all of my logic to the side.
Yeah.
For a good 24 hours.
Yeah. We'll think about it later. Let's meme it.
Let's meme it and then get to the bottom of it later. And then Will Smith put out the apology, which was basically like, obviously, I made a meme about, Matthew McConaughey's smoking the cigarette, Will Smith's publicist,
right.
Watching the Oscars, watching him smack Chris Rock. I used the Joe Rogan fucking Daniel Cormier.
Ringside?
Everyone watching Will Smith punch. At first, we thought it was a punch because it sounded like a punch.
Was not, even just calling it a slap. That's what I thought you were going to say. It's not just a slap. That was like a wind up. That was schmack. That wasn't just like I'll challenge you to a dual slap. That was a put down smack. I got to say, Chris Rock
Took it like a champ.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
But that also makes me think maybe it wasn't that hard of a smack because Will Smith also, if you remember, smacked a journalist for trying to kiss him
Yes, I remember.
on the red carpet. But that was more of a backhanded "I challenge you to a duel" smack.
Yeah, like what the fuck's
That
wrong
was
with
like smacking somebody with a glove.
Yeah.
Like he smacked him with a glove.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z, I don't know if you know this story, called him that night and said, me and B we're inside. We just saw you smack the journalist. That was the greatest piece of entertainment I've ever seen in my life. We had plans to go out. We're thinking about canceling them.
But yes, like that's different. Somebody's trying to kiss you. I just feel like it's uncalled for. You're not supposed to bum rush the stage no matter what. Maybe if he would have just yelled, even just yelled the thing, or said, that's not funny, man. She's sensitive about her hair, like, or that's not funny. She's sick or whatever.
Yeah.
That would have cast a pall on the evening. He would have been like, oh, listen, I didn't know, man. I just thought she had short shaved hair or whatever. I'm convinced he didn't know. I swear.
I mean, that's the thing.
I don't think he's a mean comic. He's not fucking. He's not going to make fun of somebody with a disease.
And that's the thing. That's why I hated that it was Chris Rock because I've never known him to be a mean person.
He's not.
Yeah.
I would die on that hill. Like, I don't believe he knew that. I think even if he would have read the joke, he's such a pro.
Yeah.
He would have been, nah, he would have passed over that. I believe that. I do.
I did see a video where you can see in slow motion after the slap, Chris smiles like he's got something on deck after Will Smith smacks him and walks away, and he just puts it away. Like he's got a joke that he's like, I could really.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got something on deck.
The fact he had any look on his face other than this
Yeah.
is amazing.
Well, that's why I think this, he hit the microphone, right? I'm so confused because I still think the slap looks staged, but the after effect does not. Him yelling at him does not look staged. But Will Smith is also an actor.
Is this like a Machiavellian?
I don't know, bro. Here's the other thing. Okay, hold on. So we gotta show some memes. So Parikh Patel on Twitter posted a meme. It's Spice Adams behind the tree with Kanye West's face on his head. When Kanye West finds out that you can smack comedians.
I didn't even know that was an option. He's like, that's amazing. I saw one, we should credit it, but my favorite one had no words. It was just Men in Black Will Smith holding the mind eraser thing up to the camera.
Yeah.
And what a genius, just the vignette. What a smart response to that. It's like he just wants the whole world to forget it.
Yeah.
I loved it. That for me is one of my favorite ones, if not the favorite.
I posted the picture of Jonah Hill in the Seth Rogen This Is the End movie.
Yeah.
Where Jonah Hill's like, so something not that chill happened last night.
That scene was perfect. That's when you said you were thinking about Will Smith for 24 hours straight.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't you couldn't meme fast enough.
Yeah, it was
in West Philadelphia, born and raised, smack. Like people also like they like so let me just this is all out of fucking whack. But the Jay-Z the lyric of the week, which we do on the Patreon normally, patreon.com/meme daddies.
Yep, that's right.
Is from a DMX song. It's actually on It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Blackout. Do you know that song?
Maybe if I probably do.
I can't play it because it'll get taken down on YouTube. I'll play like 2 seconds of it. You know that song?
Yeah.
It's hard.
The whole album's hard.
So
rest in peace, X.
So Jay-Z in his verse says, I can't say the lyric, but basically he says, yeah, I'm a monster. I sleep whole winters, wake up and spit summers. Ghetto N-word, putting up Will Smith numbers.
Yeah.
So at that time, Jay-Z was like, people like don't understand what was happening in hip hop at that time. Like Will Smith was like that. Na 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 na.
Mainstream.
Jiggy with it.
Mainstream.
Welcome to Miami. Like nothing. You could play his songs at the club, at a bar mitzvah, at a sweet 16, at a graduation party, at a christening, wherever. And then DMX comes out and he's like, barking. And then Jay-Z, you know, these guys come out and they're like hardcore rappers. So Jay-Z was putting up Will Smith numbers. Like, he was one of the first people who came out and was like talking about that hardcore shit.
Well, he's basically saying almost like putting up Disney numbers. He's like, I'm making money. Like, this is, you know, this is, I'm selling the equivalent of a mainstream act.
Mm-hmm. But now Will Smith, I mean, he's fucking, this is like I don't even know what this would be the equivalent to in the past, in history.
But I feel like it's not the same as the past, because now people are so aware of mental illness. It's more like, it's more pronounced. It's more talked about.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, maybe he needs some anger management. Nobody would have thought that 30 years ago. You know, maybe he should go. People 30 years ago would have been like, oh shit, like most, like, you know, almost proud of him or feeling that. I think most people are like, that's not fucking cool. Especially that it's Chris Rock, man. It's like, you know, you gotta love Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a legend. He's a fucking comedy legend. You can't even say that about that many people.
No.
You know, and just, you know, it wasn't just like some bullshit fucking insult comic, you know?
Yeah, like Ricky Gervais or somebody like that.
Even Ricky Gervais, he's kind of smug and whatever, and he's a writing legend. He's not a stand-up legend.
Yeah.
But so seeing him do that, yeah, maybe you say, hey, listen, man, know your role, like whatever. But even that, man, there's no reason to ever bum rush an Oscar stage for anything less than, like, I don't even know what. I can't even think of a reason where that would be okay.
Hey, guys, they're trying to call out in 1973, John Wayne and some other actors tried to bum rush the Oscar stage and punch a Native American woman for asking to be given the credibility and not portray them as, like, you know, just dumb Indians.
Right, that are getting shot by arrows.
Wait, so in 1973...
And John Wayne wanted to punch that.
John Wayne wanted to bum rush a Native American woman for wanting to be seen as credible?
Yep. Other than a caricature, I guess.
Other than a caricature.
Pretty much.
John Wayne, well, he's...
Yeah, all America. That's what American thought was. It's like, how could... I bet you most people were outraged at the idea of a Native American woman saying that.
Yeah.
And he represented the people, and that's scary. That was a scary time.
Yeah.
You know? But right now, I mean, it's gotten to a point where it's like, yeah, again, if it was a mean-spirited comment, Uncle Fester, anything like that, or said the word alopecia, and said, well, at least they're coming out with G.I. Jane, like, even that is like, well, that's fucked up. But you gotta, you know, I'm sure he's pleading the ignorant, you know, role.
There's footage of them talking at the Oscars, Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Afterward?
Yeah, at the Oscars after the slap. How can he slap? How can he slap? You know that meme, that video? You never seen it?
What is it?
Oh, well,
Play it.
we're gonna have to put it up on the screen.
There's not one word coming out of their mouth.
Actually, the thing is that we don't want to talk with you, actually.
Why don't you go and f off then?
You go. How can you slap? How can you slap?
Mad or what, bloody?
How can she slap? How can she slap me?
How can you slap, bloody? Fucker! Bastard! Bloody bastard!
How can she slap, yeah?
You bastard! How did you enter?
That's what should have happened. Chris Rock should have said, how can he slap?
Yeah. No, yeah, this was, how can she slap? How can she slap?
He's right.
And, did you see the SpongeBob edit?
No, shall we?
Oh, there's so many good edits of what happened.
So the SpongeBob one.
So this, okay, all right, I'll just show you the SpongeBob edit. So the SpongeBob edit is this.
Out your fucking mouth!
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to.
All right, that might be the best one.
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
Out your fucking mouth!
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to.
Who was that?
SpongeBob is just sweating.
We got to put like credit on that.
That is Show You Momo on Twitter.
That's unreal.
I mean, there's another one. This is and I'm glad I didn't even mean to save the best for last. This is the funniest thing that I saw come out of the entire. Come out of the entire thing. This is Chris Rock backstage.
You gonna smack me, bitch? Get rid of my You gonna smack me, bitch? Get rid of my
Do you know what that's from?
This is Kevin Hart, right?
Kevin Hart, yeah. He talks about getting smacked by his mom in front of his friends when he didn't do what she wanted him to do.
That's genius.
Getting smacked, and you get hype when your fucking mom smacks you.
Right.
Alone in your room.
Right.
There
He's
you go
backstage
home.
alone, walking around talking to himself.
You gonna smack me, bitch?
Talking to the shampoo bottles in his fucking shower.
Fucking shadow boxing in your room. You gonna smack me, bitch?
Oh my God.
That was that happened. I mean, that was out 5 minutes after it happened.
People were just Googling slap, smack, and just, it was just so ripe. Oh, people are going to look back. This was a golden moment in memeing.
Hopefully the pain will subside of it.
On Chris's face?
Of watching somebody like Will Smith, who's so admired and so looked up to, losing his temper like that.
Yeah.
Because it was sad for Chris Rock, but it was also sad to see somebody like Will Smith lose their composure like that.
Yeah.
It was sad. And also, so here's another thing that happened. So did you watch the Oscars?
No.
So I made a meme about there's a macro image in Momus Memes, which is the app that we made to make memes.
Yep.
About there's somebody sliding $1 across the table.
Yeah.
See the meme that I made?
Yeah.
Me at the diner asking the waitress to turn the Oscars off, like on all the TVs. So I have a theory that is completely outlandish and wild and conspiratorial, right? So Regina Hall brings up Simu Liu, Bradley Cooper, Tyler Perry, and Timothy Chalamet, right? All very handsome actors in Hollywood. And she fucking brings them up on stage, apparently for no reason, right? Until she goes, hey, the Academy has instructed me to give all of you COVID tests, rapid PCR tests. But this is a different type of test. I have to administer them by doing a throat swab on all of you with my tongue.
Yeah, okay.
They're like, they're laughing, right?
Right.
And then she goes, all right, we'll go backstage. We'll do this. We'll take care of it. But first, I have to bring out Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin, two other very handsome, actors.
Right.
For you guys, I have to do something on stage. Unfortunately, it's a COVID pat down. She grabs their ass. She fucking pats down their chest, grabs their stomach, grabs their legs. On stage, they're like, they're laughing, but like super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, bro. It was, people on Twitter were like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, sexualizing it, like that's
like we didn't
double standard, like crazy.
we didn't do, like the Me Too thing didn't happen for women to start doing that to men. We did it, like that whole thing happened so that like nobody has to go through that. Because it's uncomfortable for everybody. And I'm not saying, listen, the whole thing of like men harassing women from positions of power and wielding their influence over them, there's also a physical component because a man can more readily, I'm not saying in all situations, but overpower a woman. There's that's always there. That is a given. That's why it's always creepier when a man is being offensive to a woman, to a woman.
Yeah.
That's a given. I'm not disputing that. But don't do it the other way either, because that's fucking uncomfortable also.
What else is more position of power than an Oscar presenter? And on TV, you have to do it. They had to smile and take it. It's like, Yeah,
If the situations were reversed, if the roles were reversed,
forget it.
can you imagine what the fucking
Canceled.
what the situation would be?
Canceled.
First of all, nobody would ever agree to that. Nobody would ever do that. I don't know if Bradley Cooper and all those guys knew what that was going to happen. But it was just so out of place.
Those writers should be
fired.
Fired.
100%.
They shouldn't have a job.
And Regina Hall, who I only know from like Scary Movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what, it was just it was like, hey, let's try this out and see how it goes. It went horribly.
Yeah, let's make a sexist joke from like the 80s.
But let's reverse the role so it's cute. It wasn't cute. It was really ill received. And my conspiracy is that Will Smith was like, let's
save the show.
Let's save the show. I'll overshadow this. I know how to do it. I'm gonna smack the shit out of Chris Rock over a stupid joke. I did it too hard.
So he's in cahoots with Regina Hall.
Possibly, yeah.
You heard it here first, guys.
Are they related? I forgot my tinfoil hat. The water's making the frogs gay.
Meme Daddies live.
Yeah, fucking.
We should sell meme supplements.
Interdimensional beings.
Fucking crazy bastard, Alex Jones.
Interdimensional aliens. But yeah, I mean the Oscars were just, and it's so weird and so obvious that people's political affiliations with whether or not they think it was staged or not. People are like, the fucking Oscars ratings have been tanking for years. They did this for fucking eyeballs. Like, go suck Trump's ass, you fucking moron. What is wrong with you?
Right, it's rigged. It's rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged. What, because The Apprentice didn't win an Oscar? It's a TV show, you fucking moron. Oh, I didn't know that.
Home Alone 2 didn't win an Oscar?
Yeah.
It's rigged.
It's a very old movie. I mean, it's
as old as G.I. Jane, probably.
If not, yeah, it's right around the same time.
I thought he smacked him because it was such a bad joke. It was such an old reference. Nobody's seen G.I. Jane in this audience.
Are they making a G.I. Jane 2 that we don't know about?
Now, yeah. They'd be stupid not to.
They would be stupid not to. And starring Jada Pinkett. I mean, that would be a fucking blockbuster hit.
But then, the conspiracy theorists, their heads would explode. Like Tyrone Biggums. Wasn't it Tyrone Biggums?
They would love that. No, Neil Brennan's head explodes.
No. What's the name of the character? It's not Tyrone Biggums. Tyrone Biggums. Clarence Bigsby.
Clarence Bigsby.
Yeah, he takes off his helmet. Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
They were promoting the movie. Their head would explode.
Oh, my God, man. I don't know. So
G.I. Jane, I'm sure, is going to get more streams now. Netflix would be stupid not to put it on trending. I'm sure it's on trending now.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I feel like it's like the stock market. It's like you could actually fuck with it. Like the entertainment world. Mm-hmm. You bring something into that world and talk about it, and suddenly the royalties go up. Demi Moore is probably thankful.
Well, did you see that Chris Rock called Will Smith nervously Richard?
I'm out here. Richard.
So, and then people were also saying that, like the Joker, or people who play the Joker, and lose themselves in the role, that he might have lost himself in that role of an abusive father or whatever, and acted it out.
Really?
Like
Ike Turner's coming out?
Yeah.
Well, Mr.
Like in the Joker, like with fucking Robert De Niro when he's there and he's like, I'm going to give you what you deserve.
Did you
slap?
Yeah, on the next episode of Red Table Talk, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, Chris Rock. There's the Batman memes. I thought were a little. Did you make a Batman meme?
I actually drew it though.
Yeah, the Batman memes I thought were a little lazy. The straight up Batman memes.
Yeah.
Yours being drawn was obviously.
I had to draw it.
Yeah, you had to draw.
I had to draw it.
Yeah, I mean the Batman meme was just obviously right there, but that's the new slap. That's the new slap meme.
Well, the slap meme. That's the famous original Batman meme was the. Somebody took a panel from an old Batman comic where he's slapping Robin and changed the words to say, "Hey, Batman, what'd you get your parents for Christmas?"
Yeah.
My parents are dead.
Yeah.
And slapped him.
Yeah.
And people then did a spin on that meme for years. I felt like anytime a macro like that happens, I wanted to make the definitive art of it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just put that out into the world. I even posted it on Reddit without the
words.
Without the words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wanted to give to the pool.
Give to the poor. The poor people who can't.
The meme poor.
Who can't draw. Yeah, there was. I mean, and it doesn't show any signs of slowing down at all.
No. As many as people, and you always say, I mean, I see people that are like, oh, this meme again, an hour into a meme. Like, memes come in a wave, and of course, it floods your timeline. It's everybody seeing it. But that's the fun of it. That's what people like.
And the Oscars, as we've spoken about before on the Patreon, they're a meme holiday anyway. Mm-hmm. The Oscars are like a meme holiday because there's so much, because people are watching, and they're there's something that I do want to just shoehorn in here. Their chronological option now on Instagram. If you don't know how to do it, you just go to your home screen, you press the bottom left-hand corner, you press home, and then on the top, you press Instagram, and it should show following and favorite. And when you click on following, that should give you a chronological timeline. So that's really good if you're like watching, if there's an event that's happening like the Oscars or the debates or a sporting event, the Super Bowl.
It turns into more like Twitter, right? Kind of thing, like the experience of just
it goes straight chronological.
Yeah.
You'll see a post from 30 seconds ago, a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 2.5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. It's straight up chronological.
Yeah.
You can also add favorites. So when you click on favorites, you can add people. Add Tank Sinatra, Influencers in the Wild, Tank's Good News, Bellucci Jarrett, and Adam the Creator. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. Go add all of us to that.
And you'll see it. It's somewhere in between getting an alert, which some people don't want to get.
No, but that whole turning on post notifications thing died on the Vine because most people have their notifications turned off.
Sure, right.
So turning on post notifications doesn't work because if you don't have your notifications on your phone, then you don't get any notifications anyway.
But that's a great tip to put it chronological whenever there's a major event happening, like Super Bowl, like whatever, and you want to see the memes and not have it interspersed with something from 2 weeks ago.
Or if you just want to see what was just posted.
Right.
If it doesn't
highlights,
have to be
whatever,
it
like
doesn't have to be during
clips.
an event. It could be during whatever. If your algorithm is not showing what you want, because the algorithm is not the enemy. The algorithm is trying to predict what it thinks you want to see. Right. So I remember I fell in love with the algorithm when I followed WorldStar. Right.
Oh, I know what you're going to say there.
I've unfollowed and followed WorldStar 20 times.
WorldStar is traditionally, if anybody doesn't know, it's the big hip hop, account, and they used to post a lot of fights. People would be punching each other, yelling WorldStar in the background, but it turned into just all kinds of stuff. Comedy is a lot of it, but they post a lot.
They post 50, 60 times a day, and I remember following WorldStar. And they reposted one of my memes or one of your memes or somebody that I wanted to see, and I went to go look and see how it was doing, and I had to scroll back very far, even though it was only like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I didn't see this many posts from them, and I was like, oh, the algorithm is saving me from WorldStar. I see. I got it. Okay.
Right.
Like they're saving me from fucking just my entire feed being WorldStar.
And from not unfollowing at some point, right? So it's like...
Oh, I would have unfollowed immediately.
Right. So it actually is helping WorldStar too, in a sense, even though you would think, oh, that WorldStar must be upset about that. But probably not, because they would get... It's like spam.
Yeah, I would have unfollowed immediately. Yeah. Same thing with any accounts that post 20, 30, 40 times a day. Puberty, memes are, any of these accounts that post 1 million times a day.
Wouldn't it be nice if email had algorithms?
Yeah.
So I just didn't get so much shit.
Although, you would probably miss very important emails, which would suck.
That's true.
Yeah. Or text messages had algorithms. Did you get my text? No, the algorithm fucked you.
No, you text me a lot, bro.
Yeah, so you text me too much. Sorry. It predicted I did not want to see your text.
Yeah, it was right.
So if you want to know how to do the chronological or how to get a chronological timeline on Instagram, like I said, you press the button on the bottom left-hand corner, that's home. Then you go to the top, you click on Instagram, something should pop up, and you click on following. That's the chronological and favorites, and then you click on favorites, and then you add Like I said, Tank Sinatra, Influencers in the Wild, Adam the Creator, Tank's Good News, and Bellucci Jared. With 2 L's, 2 C's, 1 R, 2 T's, whatever the fuck, I don't know. It's just press L's and C's until you get...
You'll ultimately find your way there.
Until you get where you want to go.
Just keep typing consonants.
Just press B's and C's and fucking hell.
There it is.
Hopefully you find it. Okay. The Oscars. The Oscars. Do you think next year will be a bigger year for the Oscars?
Yes.
If Will Smith is there.
Yes. If Will Smith.
Do you think Will Smith will be hosting?
I mean, it'd be a smart move.
Do you think he'll be invited back?
Do you think there'll be snipers? With rubber bullets?
Fucking darts with like tranquilizer darts?
Yeah, with rhino darts and shit.
Fucking Will Smith runs up there, he just fucking falls on the stage. Fucking people in camouflage, like not camouflage, but like shiny black suits because of the stage is all shiny black. Just run up there.
Or dressed in fucking gold.
Invisible.
They're in gold, standing there.
Gold statues.
Standing still.
Just run up there and drag them off the stage.
Get a fucking dart in your jugular, man.
You're crazy. But I like you.
That's what Will Smith should have said. You're crazy, man. I like you, but you're crazy. Fell right back into the fucking...
You shouldn't have said that about Jada.
She has alopecia.
We watch.
Thunk.
We can't even watch Caillou in the house. Powder is banned in our house. She got struck by lightning, man.
I mean, what a great event. What a sad event and a great event at the same time.
Bittersweet.
For
sure. Like Chris Rock said, this is, he stuttered. I felt so bad. I mean, and Chris Rock is also a consummate professional, one of the most composed people ever, from doing so many shows and having so much stage time under his belt. He's like, this was the greatest night in television. Then he's like, we're going to be giving out a documentary, an award for a documentary.
Yeah, I mean, to get right back into into the job.
Oh,
even the fact that he tried to.
Yeah,
was unbelievable.
I mean, there was a long silence that probably felt like an eternity for him. Can you imagine how fucking long that felt like for him?
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
In my opinion, jokes need to be made about this, right? So in one breath, I'm saying jokes need to be made about certain things, and then I'm saying jokes, I don't know, dude. Like, so they're saying that this was violence at the Oscars, right? In my opinion, so I heard Jocko Willink, right? You know who Jocko Willink is, right? Podcaster. He's been on Joe Rogan a million times.
Yes.
Seal.
Yes.
He said that when two brothers fight, or when two people on a team fight, that's not violence. That's a release of tension, and it needs to happen. So, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, okay? This is not a fact. I'm not stating it as a fact. For the love of
That's a
God.
first. I've never heard you state an opinion as if it wasn't a fact.
I never stated as if it's a fact.
You should rewind this episode. Chris Rock had no idea that she had alopecia. No.
No.
No, that's 100% inaccurate.
False.
Factually false.
I know his brain. I'm in his brain. That to me was a spanking, a discipline, right? A consequence of necessary proportion.
But at the same time, that's one thing if it happens backstage. It's one thing if it happens in a group.
Yeah, it was a
you
public.
set a dangerous precedent. You made a joke about it, but Kanye saying, "Oh, you could do that now." People that are unhinged, which a lot of us are on some level, in some capacity, to say like that the biggest star in the world can do that when provoked and justifiable, and justifiable is a moving target.
Yeah.
When it's justifiably provoked, it's okay to slap somebody because you could still get an Oscar and get an ovation. That's okay.
The fact that he got the Oscar is bizarre. I mean, to make a game time decision in that moment by the Academy to say, I mean, I personally, again, my opinion, I think the right thing for Will Smith to do at that point would have been for him to say, I can't accept this. Like, this would not be right for me to accept this at this moment.
Yeah, but that's a tall order to get an Oscar. And to
You
give
just
it back.
fucking did something that's never been done before in the history of the awards.
Howard Stern said one of the greatest things of like if that was The Rock was the host.
Yeah.
Will Smith would have just taken it, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're not a tough guy when it comes to, or he said Jason Momoa or The Rock was,
Yeah.
they made a joke. He'd go, G.I. Jane, yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. But this is also in Hollywood where they say silence is violence and words are violence, like microaggressions and fucking, like, I just don't, I don't know. Like, I guess when you put your hands on somebody and skin contacts with skin, that is where the line is drawn, and that does become violence.
And breaking the format of the show, too.
I mean, that's where the law is drawn. That's where the line is drawn for the law, because you can say things.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. As soon as a fist touches a face or a fucking physical contact is made, that is where the line is drawn for assault.
There should be honestly, some protection for Chris, too, because seeing somebody walk up to a stage, I mean, who knows what if he was on drugs and
Bro, Chris
and
did
he
not
hurt him?
Chris was like,
Nobody helped him.
Chris leaned in like like he
was a bit. He was going to do a bit and
He
come out
thought-
and maybe give him a hug or something. Who knows?
Did you see Chris when he walked up? He was like, haha, Richard, like he fucking leaned in like he thought he was going to say something. Then
There's
he
no
slapped
way
him.
he thought he was going to hit him. He
0% chance.
He might have, again,
Just my opinion.
I'm
Not a-
zero,
not-
0%
not a
chance.
fact.
That's not a
I
fact.
think he was expecting like the fake, like, something like.
Yes, like Ali.
Yes.
Or something. Like, okay, watch now, watch out, and then come back.
And then turn around again or something.
Absolutely. Like Bill Cosby. Thought he was going to walk up and go,
Do it twice. Yeah, he definitely, and he was shocked. Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. And then everyone laughed because they thought it was a bit.
what a great
And
quick
then
response, too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, if it ended at the slap, it would have been a whole different ball game. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Really, dude? Yes. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Both! Okay.
I will.
Next up,
Yeah. This is the greatest night in television history.
God bless that man. He's a hero.
So, okay, we'll end on this. Who is the winner in that situation, in your mind?
Jada.
Jada, top 5 dead or alive?
Yes. Jada Pickett, Aloysius Smith. whatever.
Jada Pinkett Kiss?
She
Do you know that Aloysius is my confirmation name?
is it?
Yeah.
You know it was Patrick Ewing's middle name?
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. And Patrick Ewing wore size 13s. I wear size 13s. 7 feet tall.
Shit.
But yeah, I mean, obviously I think the memers, I think we're the winners. I won.
Well, between Chris Rock and Will Smith, I think there's a clear
Chris Rock.
winner.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is.
Because he looks like a professional and Will Smith looks like he's unhinged.
Up until, I would say, a couple of hours ago, I would say that Will Smith looked like the hero there because he defended his wife. But I think Jada looks like the villain. Will Smith looks like the pawn.
Like the simp, as some
I don't
memers
like the
would
word
say.
simp.
I know. I said as some memers might say.
It's okay. I didn't even, I just don't, even as a concept.
Because it reminds you of it's like cringe. It's like one of those, it's like.
That people are calling Will Smith a cuck, a fucking, he's in a impossibly complex dynamic that neither you nor I nor anybody could possibly imagine being in.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about in a relationship. I'm talking about in
Stardom.
one of the most public, complex, dynamic, toxic relationships anybody could possibly imagine. That woman talked about cheating on him publicly for a long fucking time.
But like Judd Apatow said, though, in his tweet.
In an open relationship, it was still perceived as cheating because of the rules that they had set forth. It was still consider cheating.
Like Judd Apatow said, he said, but these guys, Will Smith is not a freshman to the world of Hollywood.
It's very
You
true.
have to know this is part of what's happening, even if you took it as the worst, which I don't believe he intended it as, Chris Rock. You can't do that. It's not okay. And really, honestly, for the reason, my kids watch, Aladdin and know who Will Smith is. And if my kids were watching that, my daughter watches that and sees the hero, the good guy, go up and smack someone because he was offended.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line? What if she's at school and somebody says something about me or my wife?
This is my wife.
And say, but he said, Dad, he said, your memes suck or whatever. He said, Mom was ugly or this, that, or Mom's, and you're, so I slapped him like Will Smith.
You wouldn't feel a little proud?
No, not slapping.
If your son is at school and he comes home from school, he gets into a little thing. We'll give two separate scenarios.
Yep.
And he says, "Hey, Dad, I came home. I got into a little skirmish at school. Some kid was bullying me incessantly. Let's say it's incessant. He keeps saying he saw Mom, and Mom is ugly and fat, and I just couldn't take it anymore, so I slapped him."
My wife happens to be beautiful and fit, but go ahead.
Yeah, repeatedly, over and over again.
Right.
He was doing it.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a pacifist. They're in jujitsu. You know what I mean? It's about self-defense. I don't think anybody should just take everything. But hitting is never right.
You're an adult also. He's a child.
I know, but it's my job to give them those parameters.
Yeah.
My value system is hitting is never right. Even if you're being hit, they teach you jujitsu. You don't hit back. You submit them. You submit them, and you get them to the point where...
You don't hit back?
No, you don't hit back.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I didn't say you didn't get them into a grapple hold.
Yeah.
Where they're literally in submission.
Yeah.
And you're like, you better stop. Are you stopped? And get them until they submit.
Yeah.
So not striking though, because once you strike, you're being offensive. You're not being self-defensive. So get him in an arm bar. Mount him, get him down, and let him know you're not going to take that. And the next time you're going to get hit, he's going to get choked out.
Yeah.
So do that. But if somebody says something, dude, the one thing they tell you in the jiu-jitsu class, even for these kids, you go up in their face, you say, "Don't ever say that to me. Don't ever talk like that again."
Uh-huh.
The first time, you said it happens the first time, you get in their face and you say that. If they keep doing it, maybe you grapple them up, you get them into a hold or something like that.
Yeah.
But first you go up and you're assertive and you go right in their face.
Yeah.
Eye contact, body language, don't ever say that again.
Yeah.
I would be proud if he did that. And then if the guy said, yeah, then he got him in a hold and then told the teacher, "Listen, this guy's pissing me off."
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so I'm not saying physical, never get physical.
Yeah.
But to go up and slap someone because somebody used words, they're getting the best of you. They're making you out because then you're expelled.
Yeah.
You're expelled. You're the one who's going to go to jail.
Yeah.
You don't go to jail for comments.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to teach him that now so that when he's drunk at a bar, you know what I mean, and somebody says something funny, you gotta lay that down now. And that's how I feel about it. I really do. I think the slapping, it's a bad precedent for an American icon like Will Smith.
Yeah.
If he would have walked up and did exactly what you said and said, "You say that again, we have problems," he would have been a hero.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And maybe even that's not right because it's a format of a show and you're just going on stage. And honestly, security should have been holding him back on some level. There should be some stage security.
He's in front row, dude.
I know, man.
And people go up and get Oscars all the time.
You got to protect that host from who knows what.
Next year there will be.
Yeah.
That was like a joke, though.
Yeah.
Well,
you're right.
So listen. So going forward, if he had gone up there and into the mic, into Chris Rock's lapel, said, "Hey man, if you make a wife,
don't listen.
If you make a joke
about my wife
if
again,
you make
man.
a joke about my wife again,
not cool.
we're gonna have a problem."
Yes.
Fucking hero.
Yes.
However,
yes,
he had done that already, which we didn't even get to because in 2016, which is 6 years ago, so who the fuck knows if Chris Rock even remembers that? He made a joke about Jada where Rihanna was the punchline, which is also weird. He said, "Jada, you can play the video."
Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
In that clip, he said,
you gotta be invited.
He goes, Jada boycotting Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. That's an even weirder joke to make.
Yeah.
With Rihanna's panties being the punchline, dude. Like, who the fuck wrote the
Trying to make it edgy, trying to make it right.
Like,
But again, that's not a Jada joke. That's sort of a joke of anybody saying they're boycotting something that you got to be invited to. It's like
Yeah.
it's literally like, you know, if I said I'm boycotting the Emmys, like, oh yeah, well you weren't going anyway. That's the joke. It's like you're not Oscar worthy. You're not going to be.
well, it's a joke at Jada's expense.
It is.
Sure.
It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, we just know the world of comedy. I've seen mean comics. You see people. Chris Rock's not a fucking mean comic.
Yeah.
He's
That's
not
what
going for people.
That's what it boils down to. Chris Rock his intentions, we believe, are pure. They're comedy first. They're humor led. He's a nice guy from what I've heard from people that know him.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to. So we've come to the conclusion that Chris Rock is the winner in this. Not that there's a winner and a loser, but Will Smith came out looking very bad. He's got some soul searching to do.
And it would be nice for him to come out. And I know he apologized, but it's one of those public relations apologies. I think it was fine, and it's fine. It's good that he said it.
Yeah.
I think he should go out and take.
He didn't say it though. He fucking did.
Tweeted it.
He did one of those notes apologies.
You can't apologize with a but or something after explaining.
That's right.
Apologize.
That's right. The but
He didn't do a butt.
cancels out.
No,
Yeah, he said.
basically he's like, but I've done whatever the hell he said.
He didn't do a butt.
No, I'm saying that.
I think he qualified it in some
you can't
level.
Apologize and then explain. Just apologize.
Yeah, this is wrong regardless. You can't say this was wrong and I'm going through a lot and Jada's this. I don't care what you're going through. That's not okay. And I think honestly the only thing that would make everything better is if Will Smith agrees to let Chris Rock slap him in the face.
You want to see a slap back?
Yeah. I think the world wants it. He would say, okay, go ahead. And he stands there and Chris Rock just give him a nice slap in the face. I think that makes things even.
Yeah, man.
Jake Paul wants him to fight. No, he did. He tweeted that he's going to offer them each a $15 million purse to as an undercard to his next fight. Honest to God.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jake Paul is the worst.
Yeah. Although I would see it, I would watch it, but that's terrible.
It would be a mall. It would be a mauling.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is so tiny.
They'd have to be handicapped in some way. He'd have to have like one hand behind his back or.
Yeah, I mean that's not fair. Chris Rock is,
Well, they should just perform in like a comedy duo together or something. A Netflix original.
Right.
They really should. You know what? One of the best things that ever happened, and this is where we'll end it. This is something along these lines needs to happen. I used to have a cleaning company, right? And I go to meetings, right? And I'm not going to say where because it's anonymous, but it rhymes with hey, right? You know what I'm talking about.
I guess. Yes, it's hard to get through you're obfuscating it so well and hiding it. I'm trying to see through the cracks, but I can't see it.
So one of these guys from the meetings that I go to,
What's his name?
it's anonymous, had hired me to come clean his house, right? I had this cleaning company for a very short while. I hired a girl off of Craigslist to work for me and another one of my friends' wives, right? And this girl that I hired was a criminal, and I didn't know it. She used to work for another cleaning company, and she told me this story when she first started working for me. She's like, everyone that worked for this other company fucking stole from the houses, and I was the only one that didn't steal, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, my God, you're so honest. Thank you for telling me, yada, yada, yada.
Man, you fell for that?
Oh, yeah. So dumb. I was desperate. I had all this work, and I fucking couldn't get it done.
Got that work.
You gonna get this work. Cal, is you ready? Chris Rock, is you ready? So
Criminal cleaning lady, is you ready? She's like, oh yeah, she has a fucking raccoon mask, a big pillowcase to fill up.
She's got fucking gloves.
I'm ready.
With glue on the end of them just for grabbing everything.
Yeah. Don't mind
So anyway,
if I do.
They're cleaning this house, and the guy calls me after they're done, and he goes, hey, man, I hate to even tell you this, but they did a great job, but my daughter...
They cleaned everything all right.
...is missing $100 from her piggy bank. Her fucking jewelry box or whatever. I'm like, oh, man, are you serious? He goes, yeah. We know because she only had $200 bills in there and like a bunch of coins or whatever. She counts it every night. So she knows that, there's 100 missing. She only had 2. Now she's got 1. I was like, fuck.
That's easy math.
So I asked, that's light. So he calls me, tells me that. I'm like, fuck. So I call my friend, and ask him. I'm like, hey, I know she didn't take it, but can you just ask her, A, if she took it, B, if she saw this other girl take it? So she's like, no, I didn't take it. I'm like, I know you didn't take it, but did you see the other girl take it? She's like, no, I didn't see her take it. So I called the other girl. I'm like, hey, there's money missing from that house you cleaned. Did you take it? She's like, no, I didn't fucking take it. Why would you ask me if I took it? So I'm like, oh, you definitely took it. She got defensive right away.
Yep.
So long story short, this guy who my employee stole from used to be the chairperson of the meeting that we were we used to go to together, that I knew him from. Instead of ostracizing me and being mad at me for what happened, he asked me to speak at the meeting the following week. So we offered an olive branch immediately to clear the air, right? That's kind of what needs to happen here. Chris Rock or Will Smith needs to, like you kind of just jokingly said, needs to get the other person involved in some kind of a project to elevate the other person and say, this is not how we operate. We cannot operate like this. We need to elevate each other. That was a fucking wild misstep and mistake on my part. Will Smith probably needs to do it because Will Smith, I think, is probably the more successful person out of the two, even though Chris Rock is wildly successful.
Yeah, but Will Smith is being dropped in Jay-Z lyrics about...
Will Smith has always been the more elevated person and probably has more power in the situation, which is why he was able to do that. And then win the Oscar 10 minutes later, he needs to go, hey, man, Chris Rock, I got this project. I want you to star in it alongside me. Here's $20 million for starring in it. And just show up for the next 3 months and star in this project with me. I want you to do it with me. That's probably what needs to happen. Yeah, then Will Smith can...
Chris Rock will say, I need to be smacked more often. You know?
Yeah.
He could come up with like a...
And then he makes a joke at the Oscars next year about being smacked and getting $20 million for
Will Smith and Chris Rock need to start a foundation called, supporting the limits of anger prevention, and it stands for SLAP.
Yeah.
And SLAP. Just create SLAP.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And just, you got to get into like how to peacefully mediate a disagreement. I think that could be good.
It's a great idea. I think that's where we're going to end it. So we are the Meme Daddies. This was the Patreon episode, but it's not now because it's free. It's on YouTube, patreon.com/Meme Daddies. I'm Tank Sinatra. This is Adam, the creator. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. You got to play that.
We should have slapped all the memes up onto the screen.